Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. Oh, you know I had to get a piece of this. I had to get a piece of this. Lord have mercy, man. I let me explain something to y'all real fast. I know y'all know, but for whoever who's new here, hey, when I say something on these platforms, trust and believe I did the research before I said it. I just don't come out and just say things just to be provocative. I don't do that. I'm not like these other channels. Channels like myself, Torian Rain, Blacklight Revelations, Black Alpha Network, Beatzilla, Afro Elite, Six the Goddess, Nicole's View, Your World with Harvey, all of us in New Black Media, we just don't say things without having context. Hell, we even either play the clip or we show you the article where we got it from. We don't play like this because we know what's going to happen. If we just say things and then somebody comes out and finds out we're lying, we're going to get heat. Again, family, I just don't say things on here just to be provocative. I say things because I've done this research. Blacklight Revelations, hello. I didn't even hear about the TikTok thing. Laugh out loud, it's so new to me. I'm not surprised though. Facts though, we come with the facts. Yes, we come with the facts. Now, family, let's give a little backstory to this. Now, y'all gonna think I'm weird, but I have said before on this channel, go to govtrack.us. It is a great site if you want to know what the government is doing. They actually tell on themselves in this. They actually tell themselves. They tell on themselves. If y'all don't believe me, we're going to start there. Family. I'm telling you, this is a great website. Govtrack.us, tracking the United States Congress. GovTrack began in 2004 as a project to use technology to make the U.S. Congress more open and accessible. Today, we're the leading non-governmental source of legislative information and statistics. Shout out to them. We've been doing this for almost 20 years. So when you go to this site, you can go to all bills. You can also break it down by issue. So whatever you want to know, from agriculture to crime, civil rights, social welfare, you can find any kind of bill anywhere that is put down in Congress. But also, I know you guys will think this is weird, but I like reading bills. I know we like to hear the news, break it down, and give it to us so we can use it for content. Nah, I actually read these bills. I don't care if they're 20 pages or 4,126. And that's your infrastructure and reduction bill that Congress put through, Biden lauded, and everybody was applauding because they thought it was going to take care of all the problems we're facing now, and it ain't done nothing. But also, y'all got to watch Democrats when they make these bills, even Republicans too. They like to put things in there that people miss because everybody just focuses on the main parts. Well, in that bill, there was a section for banning TikTok. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people didn't even realize that was in there. But they got mad at Trump when he said, hey, we got to ban this. They're taking away our intellectual property, and it's also a security risk. They said he was xenophobic. All right. I don't hear these voices now because Biden has that power now. Funny thing, he has that power now. And we're going to go over this because we know how this is going to affect people. We understand that. Especially with the Black content creator, because they've had some of the most problematic issues with TikTok insofar as they're letting other races take their content and monetize it. So if this happens, I mean, some of people's income is going to go away. but it is what it is. Tabernacle. Here we are, CNBC via MSN.com. New TikTok ban bill passes key House committee on a party line vote. Now, what they mean is this was a Republican-sponsored bill. The Republicans voted for it. The Democrats said, F it. But y'all going to see the trick bag that they tried to pull in this. You're going to see the trick bag. Here we go. The U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee voted to advance a bill Wednesday that would clear the way for President Joe Biden to ban TikTok. The bill passed the committee along party lines, with Democrats objecting to both the broad reach of the potential sanctions and the process of the bill. The Deterring America's Technological Adversaries, or DATA Act, would revoke long-standing protections that for decades have shielded creative content, like the Shorts video on TikTok, from U.S. sanctions. The U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee voted Wednesday to advance a bill that would grant President Joe Biden the authority to ban TikTok, the Chinese social media app used by more than 100 million Americans. The legislation passed the Republican-controlled committee 24-16 along party lines, with unanimous GOP support and no Democratic votes. Now that it has passed the committee, the next steps will be determined by House Republican leadership, which controls what bills get a vote on the House floor. China policy is a top national security issue for the Republican-held House. Now, you would think this paragraph right here, you would think this was a win for them Democrats, because they were like, we don't want to ban this. Just wait. It was not clear Wednesday what a timeline for any TikTok ban might look like, and a spokesman for House Speaker Kevin McCarthy did not respond to questions from CNBC. The Deterring America's Technology Adversaries, or DATA Act, would revoke long-standing protections that for decades have shielded creative content like the short videos on TikTok from U.S. sanctions. In its current form, it would also go further than that, mandating that the president impose broad sanctions on companies based in or controlled by China that engage in a transfer of the sensitive personal data of Americans to entities or individuals based in or controlled by China. And while the bill would permit the president to obtain national security waivers for specific cases, it is fundamentally built upon a mandate. Over the course of more than 4 hours of debate Tuesday on 11 different China-related bills, I want y'all to hear this. Democrats and Republicans agreed on nearly every one. So even the Republicans and Democrats can get down and say that China is a problem, but TikTok is where they're going to draw the line. I wonder why. But when it came to the DATA Act, Democrats strongly objected, saying it contained overly broad language and accusing Republicans of trying to jam it through. What have I told y'all about the American racist, ladies and gentlemen? The American racist has the innate ability to not only say something and then 10 seconds later own themselves. Democrats, you guys rammed how many bills through when you had control in 2020 and 2021 and 2022? How many bills did you ram through? Well, we'll just say 2021 and 2022. How many bills did you try to run through and got ran through? Like the Inflation and Reduction Act. What about when Kamami sat there and said, since we have the majority, we could basically do whatever we want? Now you're mad that the Republicans have that power. Now, again, they still hold the Senate, so this might not even go all the way. All right. The DATA Act was first introduced in Congress just last Friday. As of Tuesday's committee meeting, the bill had only one sponsor, the panel's newly seated Republican chairman, Texas Representative Mike McCall. Typically, a bill this new with only one sponsor would not move to committee votes just days after it was introduced, but the choice of which bills will advance through committee is made by each committee's chairman. So McCall's sponsorship was effectively all the bill needed. Yet even as Democrats objected, many of them said they did so regretfully, and they would have much preferred to support a version of McCall's TikTok ban. So you didn't vote for this particular bill, but you would have voted for it. See what I mean when they say they try to pull them trick bags on you? There you go. They didn't like this version of the bill, but if McCall would have came up and said, okay, here's my version of it, they would have voted for it. More than likely. Hey, Biden sexuals, you cha-cha sliding idiots that were out there on K Street in DC when they got certified. Hey, this is your man. This is the party that you guys said that they were the party of the people. They love black folks. They're going to take money out of black folks' pockets. How do you feel? Let us know. Is it something like this? That's right. Pissed. Say it. Here we go. I strongly prefer when you and I work together to figure something out collectively. The panel's top Democrat, Representative Gregory Meeks of New York, said to McCall, sitting just a foot away from him. Don't let me get me started on Gregory Meeks, but I'm going not today. But I think that this legislation would damage our alliances across the globe, bring more countries into China's influence sphere, destroy jobs here in the United States, and undercut the core American values of free speech and free enterprise, said Meeks. Not to mention it'll piss off their base. Okay. Guess they don't want any more tech layoffs. Rhode Island Democratic Representative David Sicilian, or Sicilline, whatever, said that there was, quote, broad and maybe universal support on this committee to do exactly what this bill attempts to do. But it's incredibly important that it be done right and that it can be done well. At one point, Sicilline asked McCall to define a key term in the bill's language that was not spelled out, and he expressed dismay that McCall wasn't holding hearings on the bill and consulting experts. Quote, I'm not sure why we're being asked to sort of jam this through, says Sicilline. McCall countered that Republican and Democratic staff had first met in person to discuss the bill on February 6th, and that legislative text was given to Meeks and other Democrats more than a week ago. If the bill seems rushed, he said, it's because the threat from China was so urgent. Other Democrats warned that companies which employ thousands of Americans will be swept up in the sanctions and forced to shut down, and that there was currently no plan for what would happen to these workers. Right. You mean like the other stuff with Twitter and Google and Microsoft, those companies, and Amazon too, those companies. I didn't hear y'all saying nothing about this. But now TikTok is bad because y'all know what's going to happen. I would love to know how many lobbyists that ByteDance has in Washington and how much of y'all are getting paid. That's what I would like to know. Quote, American companies with no real connection to China's malign influence can conceivably be banned from doing business in the United States, said freshman Representative Signe Kamlager Dove, a Democrat who represents LA. I'm concerned about this because of all the entertainment companies that are in my district who could become collateral damage. So it sounds like you represent the studios and the tech companies. That's what it sounds like. In McCall's view and those of his fellow Republicans, Democrats' fears were overblown, and whatever harm the bill might do will be outweighed by its benefits. Quote, this legislation is the first step in protecting Americans against subversive data collection, he said. In winning approval from this key committee, the Data Act effectively jumped ahead of several other high-profile proposals to ban TikTok that were introduced in the House and Senate before this bill was, but which had yet to be taken up by any committee. McCall's bill revises a group of rules known as the Berman Amendments, which first came into force near the end of the Cold War. At the time, books and magazines for Cuba were being destroyed as part of Reagan-era ban on propaganda. I need y'all to watch this. The Berman Amendments, I need y'all to watch that. I might actually do a video on that, because I think this is what DeSantis' plan is all along. I think he wants to try to invoke this to get rid of that LGBTQ propaganda, but it can also have a backfiring consequence. But I'm going to do a little bit more research on it before I do that video. The Berman Amendments, named for their sponsor, The Berman Amendments, named for their sponsor, Los Angeles area Democrat Representative Howard Berman, were an effort to halt the book burning by shielding creative works from executive branch sanctions. Over time, the Berman Amendments were expanded into a broad rule that courts interpreted as prohibiting the government from using sanctions powers to block the import or export of any informational materials, including digital content. In 2020, TikTok beat back attempts by the Trump administration to block its distribution by Apple and Google app stores by arguing successfully in court that it was covered by the Berman Amendments exception. McCall acknowledged that his bill was designed to give the executive branch powers that it does not have under current law. Sounds like they're trying to set up, if Trump wins in 2024, to ban it on the first day. Quote, the courts have questioned the administration's authority to sanction TikTok, he said. My bill empowers the administration to ban TikTok or any other software application that threatens U.S. national security. I wonder if that extends to Meta. I wonder if that extends to Twitter. I wonder if that extends to Google, because they did some things like limit search results and banning content. And even here on YouTube, try to say that people's videos are worthy of being taken down because somebody doesn't like their opinion, or it could be a threat to national security. Professor Black Truth is a good example, and what happened with him with the Washington Post. Because New Black Media, they would love to come out and say that we threaten national security because we actually wake people up. But it is what it is. It would be unfortunate if the House Foreign Affairs Committee were to censor millions of Americans, TikTok spokeswoman Brooke Oberwetter told CNBC in an email Monday. TikTok is no stranger to rough political waters, having been in the crosshairs of U.S. lawmakers since former President Donald Trump declared his intention to ban the app by executive action in 2020. At the time, TikTok's parent company ByteDance was looking to potentially spin off TikTok to keep the app from being shut down. In September 2020, Trump said he would approve an arrangement for TikTok to work with Oracle on a cloud deal and Walmart on a commercial partnership to keep it alive. Those deals never materialized, however, and 2 months later, Trump was defeated by Biden in the 2020 presidential election. The Biden administration kept up the pressure. While Biden quickly revoked the executive orders banning TikTok, he replaced them with his own, setting out more of a roadmap for how the government should evaluate the risks of an app connected to foreign adversaries. TikTok has continued to engage with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S., which is under the Treasury Department. CFIUS, which evaluates risks associated with foreign investment deals, is scrutinizing ByteDance's purchase of Musical.ly, which was announced in 2017. The CFIUS review has reportedly stalled, but TikTok still hopes a deal will be approved. The swiftest and most thorough way to address national security concerns is for CFIUS to adopt the proposed agreement that we worked with them on for nearly 2 years, Oberwetter told CNBC on Monday. In the meantime, government officials from the FBI and the Department of Justice have publicly warned about the dangers of using the app, and many states have imposed bans of their own. On Monday, the Biden administration released new implementation rules for a TikTok ban that applies only to federal government-owned devices, which was passed by Congress in December, which I outlined in my Passport Bros discussion. So a lot of states in the South and a couple up north have banned TikTok on government phones. And the U.S. government banned it on employee phones. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun, but it made me wonder, how much of a stake does ByteDance have in America? So I went to go look up how many employees they have, and wouldn't you know it, back in 2020, they tripled their U.S. employees in 1 year. They said they have over 1,000 employees across the country, from Mountain View, California to New York, up from 300 in 2019. Main increases came from engineers handling research and development, data security, creator teams, and sales teams. Right. Right. ByteDance recently hired Walt Disney Company's Kevin Mayer as its COO and CEO of TikTok. Yeah. There you go. Blacklight Revelation said, KG, do you think the government is working on limiting TikTok because TikTok is overtaking YouTube in the short form content market? No, they want to ban it. Remember, Trump wanted Microsoft to buy it first in 2020. Bill Gates didn't want to touch it. Then he said, okay, Walmart and what was the other company? Oracle. He said, go talk to them, work out a deal. That way I can be comfortable with it. Those deals never materialized. They don't want to limit it. And it's not about taking over YouTube. I think ByteDance has a lot of lobbyists I shouldn't say a lot. I think they have lobbyists there in DC, and I think they're in these politicians' pockets. That's why I think they want to ban it. The Republicans don't like China. I think they think that TikTok is a liberal app, seeing how many conservatives were banned off of that. So that's probably what's going on. So yeah, the black content creators are going to be upset. Unfortunately, if this does happen, we're not going to get any more of that bad cooking content from white people that I can make fun on Twitter things. I don't know. We're going to keep looking at this, but again, the Berman amendments, that's going to be the make or break. Now, if this bill goes through by hook or crook, let's just say it gets through the House votes on it, they pass it, it goes to the Senate, and the Senate by a small majority passes it. I could see Biden signing this by August, before the new school year. For those down south, September, we know, is up north. I see him doing it then, because he's going to have a year to make his case that he needs to be reelected, and that'll go a long way, especially get the white conservatives on his side, because that's the only way he's going to win. He has to get the white conservatives on his side. So there's that. So all y'all that love that app so much,
quiero llorar, dude.
This is going to be a fun election season. It always is, but I think this one's going to be fun. We already got Lightfoot out the paint, and now this may come down. This is going to be huge. If they ban TikTok, this is going to be huge. No, they never do. They never do. The amount of content that is going to be on this TikTok being banned is going to be, you're going to see the think pieces. You're going to hear how anti-black this band is. And we say, who cares? Because if you know anything about Joe Biden, it's this.
Insult to my existence.
That's y'all's fault. We told you 2 years ago, do not vote for that man. He's covering up his dirt, but he wants to make sure that your dirt is put out there in the forefront. Y'all don't listen. Now they're already talking about that if this happens, Meta is going to shoot up in popularity again. I don't see it. A lot of people don't really use Snapchat like that anymore. Well, mostly kids, but TikTok was a place where everyone can go. It kind of looked like The Sims on steroids. Yes, they are. They are clutch. Oh, by the way, you know who's really going to be upset about this ban? Since if this happens, they really can't talk in secret anymore. Yeah, them. The Africans. They're looking at, all the things China's done to them over the years. They still want to fall in line. Even when the whole scandemic started and they were getting locked in their houses over in China and they were getting accosted, they still wanted to do it. Now that the U.S. government is going to ban their main avenue for talking reckless, and we not knowing because, real B1 society is not on TikTok like that, because we know what they do. People post our clips over there, but they know how TikTok get down. They're racist. They're looking at them and they're saying this.
If you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
Yes, they will give them a look hot. They're giving them a look hot. By the way, let's do a quick update now. When I did that Passport Bros episode, I explained that Biden signed off on the bill to get all of TikTok off U.S. government phones. Again, he signed that back in December. Well, they put up a timetable, family. Yes, they did. Tabernacle. U.S. agencies have 30 days to remove TikTok from federal devices, White House says. He's putting down the mandate. Now, this was February 28th. So that was what? Tuesday? That was Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have till tomorrow to take it off. They want it banned by tomorrow. 11:59 p.m. Government agencies have 30 days to delete TikTok from federal devices and systems, a White House official said Monday. The directive from the Biden administration comes after the popular video app was banned by Congress on federal government devices in December amid growing national security concerns that TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance could give access to user data to the Chinese Communist Party. Right. National security experts also fear that the CCP could use the app to spread misinformation or disinformation and disinformation, or manipulate the algorithm to control what users in the USC. You mean kind of like what Google does? Manipulating algorithms. That's a very interesting choice of words and phrases. And of course, you see this in the corner.
Families as well.
You see this in the corner. They had to use the black people to get the point across. They not fooling nobody. Now, if you didn't see it, just rewind the video back about 15 seconds. Earlier this month, Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco said the Chinese government requires companies doing business there to turn over the keys to their data. You think they're going to do that? Come on now. The data obtained today could be used in new and frightening ways tomorrow, she predicted during an address at a British think tank. I don't use TikTok, and I would not advise anybody to do so. Some lawmakers would go further than banning TikTok on federal government devices and have encouraged a ban on the app. Some lawmakers would go further than banning TikTok on federal government devices and have encouraged a ban of the app on all devices nationwide. China blasted the ban on Tuesday. Quote, we firmly oppose the wrong practice of the United States to generalize the concept of national security, abuse state power, and unreasonably suppress firms from other countries. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said at a regular news briefing, according to Agence France Presse. That is quite rich coming from China, talking about abusing state power. That's quite rich coming from them. All right, they have their opinion. TikTok CEO Shao Zichu is set to testify before the House Energy and Commerce Committee in March about the platform's relationship with the CCP, its consumer privacy and data security practices, and its impact on kids, the committee announced in January. I think that meeting is on the 15th, if I remember correctly. I think it's the 15th. Fam, I'm telling y'all again, if they don't tell that House committee what they want to hear, it's over. TikTok will be gone. This is how that committee, the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court will tell everybody who's going to put up lawsuits, because you already know they're being filed.
Gonna equal up to this real shit.
Fuck that nigga talking about.
You like it? I love it. Well, that's all I wanted to show y'all, family. This is quite funny. They don't listen. This is why you need to be subscribed to New Black Media, you haters, because y'all's white media ain't telling you the underneath. They're not showing you the underbelly. They're not showing you the trick bag. They put up these BS articles and they know y'all are dumb enough not to read it. So you miss the actual message in there. You think people just want to take away your rights? No, that is true in certain aspects. But we know how social media is. Social media has made a lot of y'all stupid because you guys won't read. You'll take everything for gospel without doing research. That's what we're here for. We do the research for you, even though you should do it yourself. But we've taken on that task to show research, do this research, and then convey it to you. And you still tell us we're wrong. Okay, well, there you go. Have fun with that. When they ban it, this will be me. because I will be validated again, but this will also be another reason why you need to come down to New Black Media. Well, come up to New Black Media, because anything lower than New Black Media is uncivilized. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. I just wanted to show y'all that really quick. I just put up the new commentary about Barrington Martin and Kelvin Cochran over there justifying slavery and saying that they were good white slave owners. So that's on the channel. So have fun with that. And again, program note, Monday, that episode of Talks will not be on YouTube. Cannot put that on YouTube because we're going to be talking about Israel. And you know how YouTube is with Israel. So it will be over on Rumble. So if you're not subscribed to my Rumble channel, I don't know why you're not, but if you're not subscribed to the Rumble channel, we have it in the description box. I don't know why I said that. It's in the description box. So make sure you head over there, subscribe. Let's get the numbers up because that show is going to be fun. And then what I will do is once that show is over, it will jump and be in the members only section. And you can join the members only section for the basic minimum price and get to watch it. And we're going to have fun that day. But anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here. Make sure you like the video, share it out, tell your friends. Take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agitators of peace try to mess up your existence.